Indoor Footpaw tutorial. All of the pattern pieces for the fur. When cutting out the fur, make sure to have an even amount of mirrored pieces cut out, based on the number written on the piece. Example X4 equals to front and to back. You'll need to add your own seam allowance. Next, I'll show examples of where the seams are and how the pieces will fit together. The first two will be the leg and top foot piece. You'll sew the sides together on the leg pieces. Be sure to leave the top and bottom open. The top foot pieces will be sewn along these seams. Onto the toes. The outer toe darts will be sewn together. It should look like this if done correctly. The claw should be sewn into the toe dart shown on the pattern. Be sure to sew and stuff the claw completely before sewing into the foot. I like to secure the claw with a zigzag stitch and then straight stitch over it. Same with the middle toe. Be sure to sew the darts closed and sew in your claws if you intend to add them. This is what your pieces should look like. Excuse the wonder clips, I was not done sewing this commission at the time of recording. This is what your bottom feet pieces will look like. Getting there. Be sure to follow the color-coded guide on where to sew your pieces together. Here's a good look at how it should turn out. Onto the paw pads. I like to use an embroidery hoop to keep the fabric flat and pin my fur directly onto the minky. Sew the paw pads. Mochi minky is tricky to get the hang of, so don't give up if it doesn't work out the first time. Be sure to also sew between the beans. It should look like this once removed from the hoop. Cut the excess, but make sure to leave a decent amount of length outside of the beans. You can trim again after you stuff the beans. Repeat the process, sew and trim the rest of the paw pads. If using mochi minky, you'll want to use mochi stuffing and stuff the paw pads. Cut slits into each piece and stuff. Gotta love how squishy they are. Once you've stuffed them, you'll want to sew the holes closed. If you decide to trim the edges, now is when you should do so. Once you've finished the bottom of the feet, sew to the rest of the foot. Assemble your lining. This is how it should look. It will create a sock. Secure the toe of your lining to the toe of your footpaw. I use a zigzag stitch. Take a piece of thread and sew the toe divider seams to the top of the lining. You'll have 3 stitches. This will create a crease between each toe. Flip the paw inside out, stuff the foot with polyfill, and sew a cuff. These are the creases I was talking about. Now enjoy your beans.